Any information about the individual ships involved?
As far as the news that we received in the past hour or so, only one ship, which is under Turkish registration, was attacked, which is, I think it's one of the bigger ships by the Israeli commandos. Meanwhile, the Turkish cabinet is in an urgent emergency meeting right now to discuss how to respond to what Israel has done to these international activists.
Okay. Now, Ashraf, as you had said, that the ships were bringing in very needed humanitarian aid. Now, the Israelis had previously reported that aid wasn't needed and that they allowed 15 tons of aid into the Gaza Strip every week. What's your take on that, you being there? How do you see it?
Marzia, even if you allow 1,500 tons of, 15,000 tons of aid into the Gaza Strip, that's not enough. The people of Gaza need tenfold that amount for their daily basic living. So Israel is just making a mockery of the situation in the Gaza Strip. The Gaza Strip has been battered by a war, is still being battered by the siege, and the humanitarian situation is really miserable. There's nearly 400 patients who died because of the siege, because Israel refuses to allow them to leave for treatment.
Okay, that's Ashraf Shannon, Press TV correspondent in the Gaza Strip. Thanks so much, Ashraf. And we're going to switch over to our other correspondent there, Press TV's correspondent, Yusuf Al-Halou. Yusuf, can you hear me? Now, Yusuf, go ahead, Yusuf.
Yes, what I'm trying to say is that a number of officials put it this way, that this attack is an act of piracy, it's an attack on the conscience of people, it's an attack on humanity, an attack on freedom. These people risk their lives just to be in Gaza, to show solidarity, bringing badly needed supplies. Here, the mood is very angry people here. We might witness demonstrations in the coming hours. The press conferences will be held. Prime Minister has already condemned this act and described it as a crime against humanity, a war crime. Now, what we are expect that people from different countries will stage rallies opposite the Israeli embassies all over the world, and a number of resistance movements here. They're actually condemning this, and we might witness a kind of escalation or reprisal against this act. 2 days ago, or yesterday, a number of resistance movements, they actually warned Israel not to intercept this boat. So we might witness escalation in terms of reprisal against the Israeli side. And they have already called for rallies and demonstrations today. And the people on board, we can see them now. There is a state of chaos. And they urge the international community, they urge the countries to intervene. And of course, they knew that they were going to attack by this Navy. The Israeli army spokesman yesterday, he said that his army will use force to stop this aid from getting into Gaza. The port has been decorated by a number of flags, a number of welcoming ceremonies were held, and there is still kind of a glimpse that with the intervention of some countries such as Turkey and others, this aid might make it into Gaza. I mean, the peaceful demonstrations are determined. I heard that despite this threat, a number of ships are, making their way. So they are insisting on, making their way to Gaza.
Now, Yusuf, I had asked Ashraf, let me ask you the same question to see if you have any other information. With the 6 different ships going in, now Ashraf had said the information that he had that it was the Turkish ship, one of the larger ships that had been attacked. Does this mean the other five ships were also detained, or are some of the ships still continuing going on to Gaza? What information do you have on the individual ships, Yusuf?
Well, the information I have that the 6 ships are in the same area, but we're receiving news that Marmara ship, the Turkish ship, the one that was attacked and stormed by Navy commandos, using helicopters, Navy ships surrounding them. It's really hard to communicate with the people on board because Israel has already jammed the signals and telecommunication. But from time to time, we hear news through the wires. I mean, from some people who manage to use their mobile phones to use internet, wireless telecommunication. We still need more information, more clarification. But the Turkish television saying at least 2 were killed and more than 50 injured. And there is live streaming, and we can see the state of chaos that is taking place there.
Do we know, Yusuf, what is happening at this time? Are the attacks continuing? What information do you have about that?
Well, if the Navy stormed the ship, that means that the Israeli commanders are in charge of that ship, and they said that they will tow it to the port of Ashdod, but we do not know what is the fate of the other ships. There is a state of resistance right now. The activists saying that they will not allow the Navy to take their ship to the port of Ashdod. So, of course, we might witness more escalation, more casualties, because the Israeli army has already used live bullets.
Yes, Yusuf. Okay.